On this week's episode, it's more 90s comics mayhem. This week, it's all about Spider-Man. Let's go check it out. Hey, what's up, nerds? Welcome to this week's episode of Nerdistic Tendencies. I am your host, Ray Hale. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that ringy dingy so you get all my notifications. Last week, we started a video series on 90s comics mayhem, reviewing a collection. So lots to go over here. So this particular week, we're going to focus on Spider-Man and the Symbiotes. Spider-Man has always been an extremely popular character for Marvel Comics, and the 90s were no different. One of the big reasons was in the early 90s, the late 80s, early 90s was the introduction of Venom. Okay, and on top of that, we got the introduction of Carnage, another symbiote. Very popular characters and very popular storylines. So this week we are going to focus on Spider-Man and the Symbiotes. Let's go check out the books. Alright, let's take a look at what we got. First one is a key. Is the first full appearance of Carnage. It's the Amazing Spider-Man 361. This is a second print. Next one is the second full appearance of Carnage. Also a second print. It's Amazing Spider-Man 362. Next one is also a key. It is the first appearance of Anne Weying, later becomes She-Venom. Amazing Spider-Man 375. And there is your first gimmick alert. Gold foil cover, straight up. Now we have the whole Maximum Carnage run. This first one is a key. It's the first appearance of Shriek and the first appearance of the Ravencroft Institute. Here is Spider-Man Unlimited #1. Maximum Carnage Part 2. This is Web of Spider-Man 101. Here is Part 3, Amazing Spider-Man 378. Next one is a key. It is the first cover appearance of Shriek. Here is Spider-Man number 35. Maximum Carnage Part 5, Spectacular Spider-Man number 201. Next one is a key. It is the first meeting between Venom and Morbius. Here is Web of Spider-Man 102. Next, Maximum Carnage Part 7. This is the Amazing Spider-Man 379. Cool cover, Deathlock. Awesome. Maximum Carnage Part 8. Here is Spider-Man 36. And of course, here's Part 9. Spectacular Spider-Man 202. Next, we have Part 10. Web of Spider-Man 103. Part 11. The Amazing Spider-Man number 380. Part 12. Spider-Man 37. Here is a cool, iconic cover. Nice Carnage cover. This is Spectacular Spider-Man number 203, Part 13 of the Maximum Carnage storyline. And it all ends here. Maximum Carnage, the conclusion. This is Spider-Man Unlimited number 2. Okay, going into some Venom books here. This first one is a key. It is his first solo appearance and the first cameo of General Orwell Taylor. Here is Venom, Lethal Protector, #1. And another gimmick. You can see, nice foil cover. Next one is a key. It's the first team appearance of the Jury and the first full appearance of General Orwell Taylor. This is Venom Lethal Protector number 2. Venom Lethal Protector number 3. This next one is a key. It is the first appearance of Scream. It is the first cameo appearance of Agony, Lasher, Phage, and Riot. Venom Lethal Protector number 4. Next one is a key. It's the first full appearance of Agony, Lasher, Phage, and Riot. This is Venom Lethal Protector number 5. And Venom Lethal Protector number 6. Like I said, symbiotes galore. Some more Venom miniseries here. We have Venom and the Punisher in Funeral Pyre. This is issue 1. Followed by issue number 2. And issue number 3. Another Venom series. This one is called The Madness, this time with the Juggernaut. This is issue number 1. Followed by issue number 2. And yes, issue number 3. This next one is a key, and it is a key because it has a glow-in-the-dark cover. Gimmick alert. This is Venom, the Enemy Within, issue number 1. This next one is a key. It's the first cover of Venom vs. Morbius, Enemy Within, number 2. Next, and of course, gimmick alert. This is Venom, the Mace, issue number 1. Kind of probably can't see it, but as you can, maybe you can, I'm not sure, but it's a raised cover. Gimmick alert. The Mace Part 2 and issue number 2. And of course, issue number 3. Next, another gimmick alert. This is Venom, Knights of Vengeance. And it has a holofoil cover. Followed by Venom, Knights of Vengeance 2, 3, and 4. Now we'll go on a bit of a Spider-Man run here. Here is the Amazing Spider-Man skating on thin ice. This was I believe it's a Canadian comic book run, meant for kids. There's a second part to that. This one's Double Trouble. Now we got Amazing Spider-Man. I love this cover. Amazing Spider-Man 366. Spider-Man, Red Skull, Taskmaster, all good stuff. Amazing Spider-Man 367. Gimmick alert. Amazing Spider-Man 388. Double-sized issue, which was popular. Plus, as you can see, a little holofoil cover around the side. Pretty cool. This next one is a key. It is The Death of Aunt May. It's also a variant, and definitely a gimmick. This is the gray tombstone variant. This is Amazing Spider-Man 400. Can't really see, but it's got a raised design on here. Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 400. Spider-Man is in and around here with... What the hell does that say? A Death in the Family. This next one is really cool. I spoke to my buddy about this one. He has no idea how he got it. L'Uomo Ragno. This is a Spanish Spider-Man comic book. Sold in Spain. Not really worth a whole lot of money, but You don't see a Spanish Amazing Spider-Man comic book come by very often. So that was pretty cool. Next, more Spider-Man Marvel Tales. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I love these books. These are reprints of Amazing Spider-Man issues. This one's cool. It's got Nightcrawler in it because I'm a huge X-Men nut. That's Marvel Tales number 242. Next, we have Marvel Tales 262. A little bit of a spectacular Spider-Man run here. This is 196, The Death of Vermin. 199, guest starring the X-Men. This next one is a key. It is The Death of Green Goblin for like the 80th time. And it is a gimmick because it's got the holofoil cover. This is Spectacular Spider-Man 200. Spectacular Spider-Man 204. This next one is really cool. Spider-Man number 1. It's actually a great Spider-Man story. Torment with the Lizard. It's fantastic. This is Todd McFarlane art. It's also one of the largest selling comic books ever. About 2.5, 3 million copies of this sold. There were multiple issues or multiple versions of this issues that were printed. There was a platinum edition. This one is more like a newsstand. It was not sealed. There were other versions of this that was sealed in a poly bag with a trading card. So that's pretty cool, but awesome Spider-Man storyline if you're looking for anything to read. Spider-Man, the Mutant Agenda, number 0. I don't know if you've ever seen any of my other videos, but I also covered this on another video. This is a gimmick too, so gimmick alert on that. This one was interesting. The 0 is the preview issue for this. Inside the comic book, there's very little art, and what you were supposed to do is it's a crossover with your local newspaper. So the Spider-Man story was being printed in the newspaper. This 0 issue allowed you to cut out and paste them in the book if you were following the story. It was a pain in the ass, especially 25 years later, trying to track down all these comic strips and putting them in the book. Oh, such a pain in the ass. I hate it. Still haven't read the story because it pisses me off. Here's issue 1 of the Mutant Agenda. And issue 3. I believe this was a 4-issue miniseries. He has the 0, the 1, and 3. Next is a key. It's the first appearance of Nightwatch in his costume. This is Web of Spider-Man 99. And finally, we have gimmick alert, Web of Spider-Man number 100. Why is it a gimmick? Well, again, holofoil cover. See a lot of these in the early 90s. Well, that's it for this week. Let me know what you think in the comments. One of the things that we talked about in the last video is the attempt to evaluate and later sell this collection for an old buddy of mine. The discussion is, does comic books make a great money investment? And it's very risky. You hope to purchase a bunch of books so that some of these keys and some of these comics break out and become something big later on. 80% of the value of your collection is going to come in 20% of your books. The other 80% of your books is basically bulk. They are dollar bin comic books that won't generate a lot of revenue for you. So as far as the investment side, how did we do on Spider-Man? So in this particular batch of books, the big standout book was the very first book that I showed in the collection. Okay, it's Amazing Spider-Man 361. It is the first full appearance of Carnage. That book, estimated value on that book is about $150. In the condition that we have here, I'm saying that it's probably worth about $100 for that one book, despite it being a second print. Now, there was a couple other books in here, a $30 book, $15, $11, some of them over $5. But overall, as far as an actual investment, if you had invested in Spider-Man in these particular years, you would have done pretty well. The total cost, that's again taking the cover price of the book, was $128.10. The estimated value of these books is $549.50. So that was a pretty big gain. That number dropped some based on the condition and other factors. So the expected value in the collection is $454. So we did pretty well with Spider-Man. Now let's see if we can actually get $454. That is something we'll update later on. But for now, not bad. Pretty good, actually. You took $128.10 and you invested $128.10 and made potentially $454. That's not bad. As we see later on through these videos, it's not going to work that way. Some of these collections start coming in at a loss. So we'll check those out down the road. But that's the basic comic book economics for the week. If you like what you see here, leave a comment down below. Well, that's about all that we have this week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell a friend about us. Help us grow the channel so we can provide more content to you. Other than that, and my dog walking around in the kitchen, that's all I got for you this week. We'll see you next time. lots of animated TV series. Spider-Man's always been a big character. I don't want to force that one. Get sausage and egg out of my mouth. Very popular storylines, very fop. Very fop. Oh. We good? What's next?